That lady got a husband, 9 kids, and needs an exorcism.
Keep away!
You guys, Peach McIntyre done lost her ever-loving mind. I almost went back to her video to actually see what they were talking about. But I've decided I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give her the views. I tell you what, Peach McIntyre must be really, really hurting for money for her to stoop this low. You have to be really down and out, desperate for the almighty dollar in order to be this toxic online. I keep telling y'all, when you start out making toxic content, you have to continue doing it, and you have to up the last video in order to keep the views up. And I think Peach McIntyre has gotten to that point. She don't know what else to do at this point to make money. So she is going to say the most vile things in order to keep the views up. And it is really, really sad. Check out this content creator and what he had to say about Peach McIntyre and her latest antics.
Yeah, Peach is hurt, and she got some deep-rooted darkness, some deep-rooted anger, and some deep-rooted evil, vile ways. Peach was on live, and she got on live and said how in the past she, just denied God and cussed God out and all that. But the words that she used and the phrases that she used, you could tell it was deep, dark, and evil. Baby Peach got a lot of deep, dark hate and evil. And she also said she wouldn't even spit on her mama if she was on fire. Now she all over the internet talking about she about to prove her mama wrong, and she just posting all type of old videos about the relationship between her and her mama and what happened in different scenarios and stuff like this. But to use the phrase like I wouldn't spit on her if she was on fire, it ain't that many views in the world. That is some deep, dark, foul, just, and the look in her face, you could tell it's coming from a pure, angry, hurt place. And then she said, just a whole bunch of negative stuff about God. I can't even repeat it. It gives me so many chills the way she was saying that she cursed, him, and just vile. She got a lot of, like, a ball of fire in her that's just dark and evil and darkness, and she gets pleasure from it, because you can see when she say these phrases or these outlandish things that she says it with a grin and not a flinch. Baby, it be a grin on her face.
To see a Black woman openly rebuke God on social media is probably one of the wildest things I could ever see. We really are living in times where there are so many people that look like me that are okay with saying that God doesn't exist. Never have I ever would have thought in a million years that people would openly rebuke God this way and so rapidly and so often. It is really a sad sight to see. Peach McIntyre said that if her own mama was on fire, she wouldn't spit on her. Whew. You have got to be really broken. Your spirit has got to be broken. You have got to, Satan has completely taken over at this point. And what Peach McIntyre is going through reminds me of the story in Samuel where God took his hands off of Saul because Saul had allowed Satan to use him so much that God wouldn't even answer Saul's prayers and questions. And he took his hands off of him and said, "You too far gone. I want nothing to do with you." Peach is letting the devil use her so much that that is what's going to happen to her. A lot of us are so caught up in the optics of what Peach has going on that we can't wait for the Most High to humble her. And we can't wait to see the Most High humble her. But let me tell you something. It is a huge possibility that you and I will never get to see Peach McIntyre get humbled online. Peach McIntyre has made $1 million one time. She claims to have made $1 million two times, and she says she can do it all over again. And guess what? I don't doubt it. She's a hustler. She knows what to do. She knows how to play the game. And guess what? The algorithm rewards toxicity. So all of this stuff is going to get pushed to the masses, and she's going to get a huge check for the evil words that she is spewing online. The devil can bless you too. But I have a feeling that she's not going to be able to enjoy that money the way she wants to. She's going to have to continue using that money to buy love from her husband. She's going to end up having to use that money to buy love from her children, to get friends out in the world. She's going to have to use that money for things that you should never have to buy. She's not going to be able to enjoy it. And I tell you what, we are so amped up and eager to see Peach McIntyre get humbled before us in this worldly realm when that's not really what it's about. I think most people often forget that once we perish and leave this earthly realm, there is still a whole nother realm of eternity that she has to be concerned about. Our earthly time on here, that means nothing because you live and then you die and then you're gone. We are only on this earth for such a short time, but eternity, that's forever. And I think a lot of us forget that. I don't care to see Peach McIntyre humble. Would it feel good to see her struggle a little bit because of the evil things that she's saying and doing? When I saw that woman say, this was the last time I watched Peach, was a couple days ago or last week or so. When I heard her gloat about the fact that her husband's brother had died, and she loved the fact that his mother was suffering because she lost a child, that's when I knew something was really wrong with her. I already knew something was wrong with her and that she had some things going on, but not to this level. And then to hear that she actually rebuked the Lord and to speak that negatively about her own mother, the very person that pushed her out of their womb into this world, I can never imagine. Your mom treated you like crap, according to you. She made you take a bath in her dirty bath water. She made you clean the house. Okay. That's enough for you to not even spit on her if she were on fire. Cold, cold, cold piece of work. At this point, honestly, I feel sorry for Peach McIntyre. I would love if Peach McIntyre was canceled so that her negativity and toxicity isn't spread across the internet airwaves anymore. It is what it is. I won't be watching any of her content ever again. I will probably keep up with her storyline via this guy that I watch or other people if commentary about her comes across my feed, but I'm never ever ever going to support somebody who would openly speak that negatively about the Most High. That is horrible. And I honestly feel sorry for her because she has no idea what she's done. Demonic possessions and things like that, that's already upon her. All she's doing is widening that door and allowing Satan to constantly use her. And it's only going to get worse and worse and worse unless she repents and turns away. But right now she's in this weird season where she's actually enjoying it. And so nothing good can come of it. But I tell you what, we may not ever see um, her get her just due online. We may never see that because at the end of the day, it's really about your soul. And when you perish this earth, where are you going to go for eternity? That's what's going to matter, right? Even if she suffers here on earth, none of that matters. That's nothing. And she's actually smart enough to figure it out, right? But it's her soul that is going to reap the consequences of her actions. And I know one thing. I don't care how much money, I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how much money you could possibly make.
So many irresponsible Black influencers.
What you can bring home, how many Disney trips, and how much I, it, it ain't worth it. Ain't none of it worth it. Ain't none of it worth it, honey. When we value money so much that we are willing to disgrace ourselves and our families, and we're willing to bring about turmoil and generational detriment because of our actions, all for the mighty dollar, you've already lost. You've already lost. I don't even know what to say. But I do know one thing. If you guys really are sick and tired of Peach McIntyre, you'll stop watching her as well. Don't give her the views. Just stop giving her the views. That's the easiest way to cancel somebody. But she knows what she's doing, and she knows what triggers your emotions. And when you get triggered, you want to keep going back to check and to see if she's fallen yet. If she's fallen yet, you're wasting your time, and all you're doing is upsetting yourself. You're giving her the views, which gives her the money, and then you walk away irritated and mad. Is it worth it? I think not.